What's going on, you guys? Nick here with Nick's on the Power. So if you guys saw my Instagram post a couple days ago, you guys already know that Hedge, my pet hedgehog, is not doing so well. So a couple days ago when I was giving Hedge a bath, I noticed that he could barely stand up. So typically what I'll do is I'll put Hedge in the sink when I'm giving him a bath and just kind of run the water over him. But I noticed when I put him in the sink, he fell over probably 6 or 7 times in the couple of minutes that I had him in there. And I noticed maybe a couple weeks ago for the first time, maybe a month ago, I saw him fall in his cage, but I didn't really think much of it because Hedge has always been kind of clumsy. So after I gave him that bath, I had him walk around a little bit on the floor, and what I noticed when I did that was he was walking very, very slowly, very, very clumsily, and every couple of steps or so he would fall. And the thing that really concerned me about that was every time he fell, he couldn't get back up. I had to help him back up by pushing him over back onto his feet.
There you go, buddy. Go. There you go. There you go, buddy.
So that really concerned me. I started to do some research on Google, and I came across something called WHS. Now, it's going to sound silly, but it's called wobbly hedgehog syndrome. Even though it's kind of a funny name, it's actually a very, very serious disease. So the symptoms of that basically described exactly what I was seeing from Hedge. So I went to the vet immediately the next day. The vet basically ruled out there were no broken bones, there were no tumors, there was nothing else that could cause these same symptoms. So he pretty much told me it's going to be probably this WHS disease, which is a neurological disease. And essentially what it means is it's actually very, very sad. And essentially it's a disease that spreads over time. It's going to start, mostly in his hind legs and kind of work its way up to his upper body until his body is completely paralyzed to the point where he would need to be euthanized. So that was basically my worst fear going to the veterinarian, is that he would tell me that's what it was, and essentially he told me that's what it was, but he gave me some medicine for it. But what he did tell me was it's really hard to diagnose a specific disease like this and be 100% certain of it, because these animals are so small. The only way to know for sure would be to do like a CT brain scan, and no one really does that on small animals like hedgehogs. So it's really just an educated guess that that's what it is. So there's still a tiny, tiny chance that it could be something else. So what he did was he gave me some medication that's supposed to slow the onset of this disease, and it could extend Hedge's life up to 15 more months. So Hedge could live another year, but he could live also a lot less than that. He also gave me some medication to ease Hedge's pain if there's any inflammation or if he hurts himself when he falls over. I'm going to show you guys the video here of me giving Hedge's medication, and then I'm going to show you guys the video as well of Hedge falling over so you guys can see what I was talking about, where he can barely walk. So I'll show you guys that right now. All right, so this is the first medication here. This is called the Baytril Elixir. I'm giving him 0.1 milliliters twice a day for 10 days. And this is supposed to be kind of the life-extending part of the medicine. So it's really hard for me to try to give it to him. He doesn't really want to take it, so I tried a couple different ways of giving it to him. You got to give it to him orally. So you basically got to get it in his mouth and then drip it in there. So I found the best way to do that is to actually turn him on his back and then just inject it in there, and then he'll lap it up. It's really hard for me to see him like this though, because you can tell he doesn't like to be on his back. He doesn't like to take the medicine, but you got to do what you got to do to get him healthy. So it's really sad for me to see him like this. So this next medication here is the Medicam. So I guess this is the pain reliever. I'm giving this 0.05 of a milliliter once a day for 7 days. And again, I guess this is to kind of ease his pain. And again, this was something he did not like to have to take, and it was very hard for me to get him to take it. But again, you got to do what you got to do. And this stuff was not cheap either. This added up $195 for this treatment for 7 and 10 days. But again, you got to do what you got to do. I really don't want to see him in pain, and I really don't want to see him pass away too young. Again, he's only 3 years old. I got him back in late 2014, so he's a little over 3 years old. So yeah. But the other thing he gave me is a vitamin regimen to give Hedge to drop in his food. So I guess there is a tiny chance that is something diet related that could be causing him to just be clumsy and falling over. So we're going to treat him with that as well. So we've got a vitamin regimen that we're going to add to his food. We're going to see if there's any improvement over time with the vitamins and the medicine combined. and see if he starts to walk any more normally, or to see if he still gets worse. We're also going to monitor his weight because the vet said he was looking a little bit thin. He said he was a little bit underweight. So the concern there would be that if he's actually falling in his cage, like when I'm not watching at night when I'm asleep, if he's eating in his cage or trying to eat in his cage and he's falling over, maybe he's not actually able to get back up in his cage to go eat. So he might be, undernourished because of that. So he might actually be pretty far along in this disease. So we don't really know. So as many of you guys already know, Hedge has been a giant part of this channel. In fact, the videos of Hedge alone have well over 5 million views in total. In fact, the video of Hedge getting a bath on this channel is the most liked video in the history of my channel, with over 90,000 likes and 3 million views. So Hedge has been quite popular on this channel. He's been very instrumental in the growth of this channel. He's become kind of like a mascot to this channel. So it really upsets me to see this happening to Hedge. A lot of you guys have been asking me about him. A lot of you guys don't want to see anything bad happen to him. So I'm going to be doing the best that I can to give him this medication to try to get him better, hoping that it's not this disease and that small chance that it's something else is actually what it is. So that's the video, guys. Again, I mean, it really sucks to see this happen. Hedge has been, a really good pet to me, I hate to sound corny, but you could say a good friend to me. He's been a good mascot for this channel. He's provided a lot of you guys entertainment. And I guess the positive thing about this would be the fact that we can always look back at all these videos of Hedge doing funny stuff on the channel. And he'll be immortalized, on my YouTube channel. I'll never take those videos down. Thank you guys for watching. Please give the video a thumbs up to support Hedge. Nick Strength and Power, signing out.